Welcome to Songs to Chew. I'm Peter Alsop. Have you been wondering what to do when the world seems to go crazy all around you and you get upset and you really don't want to be there? Well, I'm going to share a technique that I use when that happens to me. Our song today is from my Camping with Dads album. It's a story song album, so we'll start with a little bit of the story. I'm hiking with my granddaughter Quinlan and her dad Chad and her brother Leon. Quinlan is our resident feminist, the only girl on the hike, with a bunch of boys and a few dads. My friend, songwriter Stuart Stotts, plays himself, and my 5-year-old grandson, Julius, plays Stuart's son, Ricky. Today we'll also hear from Norman Jones, another friend and dad who's the lead singer of Rhythm Child. He plays himself, and he plays the djembe on the album with us. So let's pick up on the hike as Norman asks Ricky a question, and Ricky answers him with today's song. Anthropologist.
Hi, Ricky. I'm Norm.
I know.
So, what do you want to be when you grow up?
An anthropologist.
Wow. So, you know what an anthropologist is?
Of course, my dad's an anthropologist.
Stuart?
Actually, I'm a musician, but I told Ricky that when I get bored, I put on my anthropologist hat. And I look around and say to myself, the people around here in this strange tribe are very interesting. Then I'm not bored.
What's anthropology?
It comes from the word anthro, which means man, and ology, which means to study. So it's the study of man.
You don't study women too?
The word man can mean men and women. Like the word mankind, it means everyone.
No fair. What if the girls just said that the word womankind means everyone? Men too. Men wouldn't like that.
Good point.
When I put on my anthropologist hat, I watch other kids. Their behaviors are very interesting. Sometimes when I'm bored, I think I'll go insane. So this is what I do when I need to calm my brain. I say, I'm an anthropologist. I watch what people do. Then I'm never ever bored, 'cause there's always something new. Oh, I wanna be an anthropologist. I wanna be an anthropologist. I wanna study you and me and other people that I see. I wanna study anthropology. First you gotta find an anthropologist hat. You gotta look cool, but you know that. Then stop and watch what other people do, and soon you'll be an anthropologist too. Come on, sing with me. I wanna be an anthropologist. I wanna be an anthropologist. I wanna study you and me and other people that I see. I wanna study anthropology. When the world goes crazy all around you, just put on your anthropologist hat. You can be as nutty as the people who surround you. Just watch them and they'll watch you back. I wanna be an anthropologist. I wanna be an anthropologist.
Do you want to be an anthropologist? 'Cause if you want to be an anthropologist, if you repeat after me exactly what I say, officially you'll be an anthropologist today. Repeat after me. How strange to know this tribe eats snow. I took some notes. I learned their rules. They don't wear coats. That's why they're cool. Passed the test. Made the list. Now I'm an anthropologist. Oh, we all want to be anthropologists. We all want to be anthropologists. We want to study you and me and other people that we see. We want to study anthropology. Yeah, we want to study anthropology. We want to study anthropology. I actually got the idea for this song from an intervention I did on myself when I was in graduate school at Columbia University in New York City. I don't remember exactly which class it was when this happened, but it was one of those large lecture hall auditoriums with a fixed seat audience section for the students that kind of surrounded the stage down below, where the teacher would stand behind a podium and give their lecture. Last class, the teacher had assigned us a chapter to read, which I did. I was prepared. But I'd also learned to sit way back up at the top of the auditorium because the subject matter was a little dry and boring. It may have been a survey course about different studies scientists had done in educational psychology, which is what I was studying, but I didn't want to get called on, so I sat up and back. So the teacher came in and told us to open our books to the chapter we were assigned to read. And then she began to read the chapter to us. I couldn't believe it. I mean, she'd been a bit boring before, but she'd never done this. I was really upset. I'd actually read the chapter. I thought, maybe I'll do some work for another class and listen with one ear to see if she was going to mention anything that might be on the test, because that's what a lot of us learn to do in school, just learn enough to get a good grade on the exam. But I was too upset to do homework for another class. I thought, I'm going to go insane. This wasn't right. And there was really nothing I could do about it except be upset, which upset me even further. Then I noticed, 3 rows below me, one of the students was playing a video game on his phone, down low so the instructor couldn't see. I saw a young woman sneak a candy bar out of her purse, break it into 3 pieces, and then share it with her 2 friends sitting on either side of her. This was way more interesting than listening to the teacher, and I noticed that I started to calm down. And right at that moment, the teacher, who was droning on about another boring study, mentioned the word anthropologist, and I thought to myself, that's the answer. Why be all upset just because I don't want to participate in what's going on around me right now, when instead, all I have to do is just put on my anthropologist hat and look around at what all the other members of this curious and fascinating tribe of people were doing. One girl who obviously hadn't read the chapter was furiously scribbling notes. An older student toward the back was sleeping with his hands on his chin and his elbows on his desktop, kind of propped up. Another woman had a small fashion magazine hidden inside her textbook. I discovered a way not to be bored, and I've used this technique at parties, in board meetings, pun intended, on airplanes, and a number of close relationships when the other person just needed to talk. So why fight it and get all uptight and angry when we can just put on our anthropologist hat and observe how the people in the tribe around you are behaving? It's amazing. Human beings are so peculiar and wonderful. If you actually watch us and see what it is that we're doing, it's amazing when we actually stop and look. Well, that's my tip for the week. You can download any of my albums in an instant from online sources, including my Camping with Dad's album. Please let others know about this podcast if you found it useful or entertaining. It's free. Give the gift of joy and music. I'm Peter Alsop. Hope to see you next week. Bye for now.